The neighborhood was a powder keg, and Karen lit the match. Her reign as HOA president was a spectacle of petty tyranny, fining Mrs. Larson for a single weed, threatening to tow Mr. Patel's car for parking an inch off-center, even banning kids' lemonade stands for unapproved commerce. Her clipboard was her scepter, her smug smile a weapon. But the explosion came at the annual meeting, when Karen, red-faced and shrill, demanded a $5,000 special assessment for community beautification. The room erupted. Neighbors shouted, pointing fingers, their voices a chorus of years-long grievances. Karen stood defiant, but a crack appeared in her armor when a quiet, unfamiliar voice cut through the chaos. "Enough, Karen." It was Tom, her husband, standing at the back, his face pale but resolute. The truth unraveled like a storm. Tom, long silent under Karen's domineering rule at home, had been collecting evidence. He revealed a hidden ledger. Karen had been skimming HOA funds for personal luxuries, designer handbags, spa weekends, even a new hot tub. The crowd gasped as he projected bank statements onto the meeting room screen, each transaction a betrayal. Karen's face drained of color, her usual venom replaced by stammering denials. But the numbers didn't lie. The neighbors, once cowed, found their courage. Mrs. Larson, a retired accountant, cross-checked the ledger and confirmed the theft. Mr. Patel, usually soft-spoken, stood and demanded an audit. The room buzzed with righteous anger. But the real shock came when Tom dropped his bombshell. He was joining the lawsuit against her. The confrontation was a wildfire. Karen, cornered, lashed out, accusing the neighbors of jealousy and Tom of betrayal. "You're nothing without me," she screamed, her voice cracking. But the tide had turned. A new figure emerged from the crowd, Ms. Elena, a young lawyer who'd moved in quietly months before. She'd been watching, documenting, waiting. With calm precision, she presented a dossier. Emails, photos, even recordings of Karen's threats. The twist was devastating. Elena wasn't just a neighbor. She was a whistleblower who'd faced a similar tyrant at her old HOA. Her evidence was ironclad, linking Karen to not just theft but harassment and forged documents. The room fell silent, the weight of justice settling in. Karen's empire was crumbling, and her own husband's testimony was the final blow. Karen's downfall was swift and brutal. The lawsuit, now backed by Tom, Elena, and half the neighborhood, exposed her in court. She tried to play the victim, tears streaming as she claimed stress and misunderstanding. But the judge wasn't swayed. The evidence was overwhelming. Karen had abused her power for years, bullying neighbors while enriching herself. She was ordered to repay every cent, plus fines that left her bankrupt. The HOA was dissolved, replaced by a cooperative council led by Elena. Karen's name became a cautionary tale, whispered and discussed at block parties. Tom, free at last, moved out, starting fresh in a new town. Karen was left alone, her once pristine lawn overgrown, her reputation in tatters. The neighborhood bloomed anew. Without Karen's iron grip, kids played freely, gardens flourished, and neighbors smiled again. Mrs. Larson started a community book club. Mr. Patel organized barbecues. The victory wasn't just legal, it was a reclaiming of hope. Elena's courage inspired others to speak up, proving that even the smallest voice could topple a tyrant. The story spread beyond the cul-de-sac, a reminder that justice, though slow, could be relentless. It showed that power, when wielded with cruelty, invites its own destruction. The neighbors learned to trust again, to build together, to stand firm. And in the quiet moments, they reflected on how one woman's greed had sparked a revolution of unity. What do you think? Was the neighborhood right to rally against Karen, or did she deserve a second chance? Share your thoughts on justice and accountability in the comments below.